Welcome to our next workshop. The workshop is called Fall Lines because we're headed into fall. And some of these pieces can be made in lighter fabrics so that you can make them for the spring if you are below the equator, which I know a lot of you are. Fall Lines is about lines. It's about where lines should fall, how wide pants should be, the different levels of layering. Not too much layering going on in this one, but I think you're going to like what I've done. We have a lot of little great basics. This is the Michaela, and this is going to be just a big aspect of your wardrobe because I know you're going to make a few of these. In the first workshop class, we actually make it in this boucle. And this is a fantastic piece. The same pattern, because I like to have two garments in a pattern because I think it creates value. Not all of our patterns have two pieces. Some of them have three, but it's a good deal. It also makes up the look. I'm not about one piece. I'm about multiple layers. So these are the pants that go with that beautiful little crop top Michaela, and there's so much detail. We're going to be going into top stitching and pockets and these divine pockets on the sides. This is a bit of a spoiler alert because these are fantastic. I wanted to show you that we put the pocket bag, we made it in a contrasting fabric. You could do anything or the same fabric, and we did these in denim with a traditional gold thread, and they look so fantastic. They're easy to make. They are a wider pant, as you can see. It's a great look, and this is a much larger piece, but with our pants, it's pretty darn cool. We have the fabulous cardigan. We call this jammer. And these fantastic pants that I did out of our own spoonflower fabric. They are really phenomenal. And this cardigan you're going to love to have in the fall. We have the most gorgeous little jacket. I call this Trisha. She crosses over, and she is just darling. We have the scallop top, which is a big, loose, oversized, but the detail in the scallops are really fun. And you can do scallops on a lot of different garments. So we're going to go through the scallops with you. I just wanted to show these. These are the Juliet pants that go with everything. So I'm showing you this like amazing capsule wardrobe. And with, choosing your colors. Look how fun that is. That's really awesome. Choosing your colors and your textures, because that's what all this is about. These crazy pants that I really love. They actually go with my boots. They're like a sweat pant. They're not for everybody. And it comes with its darling, this darling jacket, shirt, cardigan. That's a very versatile piece. It's cut narrow, and so it hangs open. So it's a really perfect layering piece. I love this garment. And then we have a little jacket, because we need a jacket in the fall. And there are 6 episodes, and I'm delighted to bring them to you. So welcome to Fall Lines. Let's get started. Welcome to the Michaela. So the Michaela is made up of 2 pieces, and I love it that my patterns include both garments because it makes a whole outfit. I don't want you to just have a top. I think there's a lot more value in a garment that has 2 pieces. Not all of our patterns include 2 pieces. Sometimes they include 3. This is Michaela, and she has 2 pieces. So this is part of our workshop And I wanted to start with a vest type piece because fall is all about layering. Spring is too, and you can always make these garments in a lighter fabric for your spring days. This could also be a summer top, but you'd have to wear, it's got quite an armhole. The armhole shape is pretty interesting. It's got this V that makes up the front, and then the back is more straight. It's a little bit curved, but it is straight. So you get that unusual curve. There's an optional pocket that gives it a little bit of drama. You don't have to have the pocket. There's a front bodice and a back bodice, the shoulder sleeves. There's some shape in the shoulder sleeves. And then there is a band that goes straight across the front, and it is relatively straight. The sides are very straight. So this makes up the little top. They are armhole facings, and we just hem the neckline. And depending on the fabric you're using, like this is pretty much the same on either side, so we just did a little hem. The next fabric we're going to make it in is a little different, so there's instruction in the pattern to actually cut this higher depending on the fabric you're using, so it's more of a higher collar with a deeper hem. So it's really a fantastic piece, and I love it with the t-shirt underneath it. The fabric here that we used is Diamond Textiles, and it's called Thatch, and I believe this is the charcoal color. It's such an amazing top. You will make that and remake it. And then here we have the pants, and the pants are fantastic. So they have the seam across here. So it's cut, this piece here is cut separately to the pants. We did the side pockets, which are really deep and lovely, and a lot for decoration, but also a handy pocket. And we did a fantastic back pocket. And the pants are cut wide in the leg and then go a little narrow at the ankle. And my suggestion for a wide pant like this is either wear a crop top, to below your hip, or you could wear something loose to the knee, or you could wear a t-shirt and maybe a shirt that's slightly open in the front. This is a great pair of pants. And I love denim. Denim is very in this season. So we are going to make the pants in denim. But before we get to the pants, we're going to make the top. So I chose this beautiful boucle, and it really is lovely. It's soft. It's amazing. It's got a great selvage, and I'm going to utilize that selvage in my garment. In this one, we hemmed it. So here I have, you cut out your front and your back. This is the front, and in this case, we cut it higher in the front, in the neckline. And then you see the V. And then we have the back panel where we have a straighter armhole, slightly curved, that goes in the back. So here's my back panel, and we added the bottom panel, and we actually top stitched along the back, along the seam line. So right sides together. You're going to pin your garment together, and then you're going to stitch across. And then press it, open it up, do the seam allowance, press the seam allowance. In this case, we pressed it downward, and then top stitched it about 1/4 inch across. And obviously top stitching is optional, but I think it gives the garment that flavor. It is a simple piece, and we top stitched along here. This is the back. Now on the front of this piece, we added a pocket. Now on my boucle version, the fabric is pretty thick, so I've decided that I'm not going to do a pocket, but I wanted to share with you how we do that pocket. So we have our top panel, and we have our strip. That we're going to add onto our front panel. Before you do that, and this is only an instruction, and I'm just sharing this actually, I'll do this in a different color so you can see. So right sides together, you're going to mark, and I believe it's marked on the pattern piece. You're going to pin that right sides together and right sides together in the same place. And you're going to stitch across, and you're going to stitch across here. Once that's in place, this is the easiest pocket ever. Okay, so now we have the two pieces with their pockets. So now I'm going to place them right sides together on top of each other and match my pocket onto the garment that we've sewn in place. And these fabrics are right sides facing, meaning the fabric is facing together. In my instructions, I don't know if it's an old English thing, but right sides together means right sides of the fabric together, not the right sides of the garment together. And I try and be as specific as I can when writing the instructions, but and then obviously wrong sides together. But anyway, in this case, so our right sides of our fabric are together. My strip is placed onto my front panel. I've matched my pockets. And now I'm going to stitch here, and then I'm going to pivot. I'm going to stitch around the pocket, and then pivot, and then I'm going to continue here. So that when you turn this right sides together, your pocket will be in place. How fun is that? So simple. But in this case, I'm not doing a pocket. And you could do a pocket in a different color. We did the same pockets in the peplum pattern, peplum jacket and tunic. Okay, so this is such lovely soft fabric. So in this case, we're just going to sew our panel in place. I'm just making sure that is the right side of the fabric, and that is the right side of the fabric. So we pin this in place, and we're going to stitch it across, just like we did the back. And we have both pieces done the same way, front and the back. And you see that I've left that edge raw, because I think it's going to sit nice. It's going to look completely different. It's also cut a little bigger, this one. So I dropped this seam is here. This is fabulous on as the crop. I wanted this a little bit more full and almost jersey-like. Okay, so now right sides together, we're going to stitch the shoulders. And you can see, you can see the curved edge. And so our shoulders are done. On the original one, we did not top stitch, but we top stitched the boucle. And if you look at it, it just gives it a nice finish, and it holds that rounded curve edge, which is the whole part of the design. So our shoulders are together, and our pieces are on the bottom. We're going to finish that edge and tuck it in there. Again, we cut this a little longer Just check your pattern in case you have fabric that you don't want to show the wrong side of the fabric. And you finish that edge and then turn it in, and we're going to stitch that in. And then our next step is our facings. Our facings look very strange because one is the back and one has this pointed inside. So once we've done our collar, we're going to place our facings onto shoulder to shoulder, right sides of the fabric together, and just match. Oops, I put that on backwards. This one goes up here. And make sure you just have the right one. It's easy, as you can see, to put the wrong one on. And then your front has the curve. It should fit perfectly. All the way to the edge. And this side too. This is your back edge. So we're going to pin that on. And once that's on, it's fantastic because we could have done the sides and then stitched the whole facing together so that it's one. But in order to just prevent mistakes and make it a little easier, we just put it on as so. And then we're going to stitch the side seams and match the facings so you catch that seam and all the way down. Our facings are on. Hemmed the neckline, which you do in the other one, this time just a little deeper, as I said, and we top stitched twice to give that boucle, that, like any knit that you use, just a little structure. And it looks very professionally done. Very easy to do. Okay. So now we have our side seams. We're almost done with this. This is just an easy make. And we're going to match the facings that go downward because they're going to flip into the garment. And then we're going to match our sides there, and we're going to stitch the sides. So you've got your facings here, because we didn't stitch them down yet. We wanted to make this very, very easy. So you're going to stitch your facing and then stitch your side seams, making sure that these joins match up. And then we're going to tuck this inside the garment. Just pin this. So now you've got your facing, and we're going to tuck that into the garment like so. And then we're going to top stitch that down. Easy peasy. And to finish the garment, you would either hem, or in this case, just leave it plain. It would be fun if you had a fringe, if you could find like a jersey fabric or a knit with a fringe, because that would be really awesome. Because the fabric is heavier, I didn't want to put that pocket there because it would probably sag. But again, it could look really cool. So we're going to finish up that garment, and then we're going to move on to our pants. This top literally is like make it in an hour. It's really quick and easy. And it's versatile because you have your little top here, which is really sweet with its really interesting curved armhole. It's cropped, so it's not too long. So the pants that we matched it with are kind of wider. And it's just a great outfit. Throw it on and you're ready for your day. And then, of course, we have some jackets coming and so forth. And then I wanted to share how different it looks in a jersey knit fabric, which is so good. Ooh, there's a pin right here. And the armholes came out great, the facing, and it's supposed to just hang like a full sort of boxy piece. But it's not really. You know, when you put your t-shirt under there, it's just going to look divine. So that is the Michaela top. And I chose a wider pant through this course because I think a wide pant's really great. It's really interesting on. You can wear it with a lot of different things. It's almost skirtish in some cases. So here we have our finished boucle version, and much bigger piece, which I like to wear oversized in a chunky knit, or you can do it a little more streamlined. So it's all wonderful. So in making the pants, we decided to do a really dark denim. And I love this fabric, and I actually got it pretty reasonably at warehousefabric.com. And it's got a stretch in it. It's fantastic. It feels good. It's a thicker denim, but not too thick. Perfect for fall and into winter. So the pattern piece comes with the curved leg, and the front crotch is slightly, it's not as curved as the back crotch, which is here. So we have a deeper seat for our derrieres. And if it looks short, it's because we put a panel, there's a panel that goes across the top, and then this will make an elastic channel across the top edge. So the first thing we want to do is our side pockets. And we will, this is the crotch, but we're going to put our pocket onto the pocket placement, and that will match perfectly. You're going to stitch that on, and because we're doing denim, we chose a traditional gold thread for the denim, which I'm very excited about to see how it comes out. And we're going to stitch this and then flip it and turn it into the inside, so it's right sides together of the fabric, flip it, and then top stitch the edge. And we top stitched 1/8 of an inch from the edge and then 1/4 of an inch to give it that denim look. So we're going to add the next pocket, and then we will move to these pockets, which are the back pockets, and don't be afraid of the curve. So what, in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to finish all the edges, and then you're going to run a gathering stitch around the curved edge. So a wide stitch around the curved edge, and then you're going to cinch that up, and then it will create, it'll automatically curve down. Then you're going to press that, and it'll come out nice and smooth. And I recommend using a pencil to slide into it to just curve out that edge, and then press the whole thing down. Plus, you're going to push this down on the top edge to create our finished pocket top edge, and stitch across here and here. And then you're going to add it onto your back pant pieces. And we did again a double stitch across the top edge, as I showed you, and right at the top, and then a double stitch around the curved edge. And be just slow and cautious with your top stitching, because it really makes a fantastic look. We've added both pockets now. So both pockets are on. They're actually the facings of the pocket. And I made these nice and deep. so that when you're wearing them, you can throw your phone and your wallet in there and your keys and your lipstick. Don't forget your lipstick. And then you're off. So I cut these as the pocket bags. I wanted them to be a little different in that I sort of fussy cut the fabric so that it could be like so. And all you're going to do is stitch the pocket pieces, just the pocket bags together. You're not going to stitch onto the fabric. So we're going to do that next. And once that's done, we're going to do our front seam. And so our pocket bags are stitched all on the inside, and then base stitch across the top to secure the pocket as well as the sides. The pocket just goes into the side seam. It's such a simple pocket and a very easy pocket, and it also gives these pants, because the pocket sits a little lower, you can have that little fresh detail in there. And you'll notice that I'm sort of moving away from, all the patchwork, because I feel like this collection is just a little bit more streamlined and a little less busy with what we're doing. So I think we will do our crotch seam, and then we're going to add the front panel, and you'll see how that looks together. I just love the way that pocket looks. So we did the pockets, and then we stitched the curved front crotch seam, and then we added the yoke and also top stitched the yoke. And we did the same for the back, and they look so fabulous with their pockets. And then I felt like this was a lot of denim, and it just needed some sort of element to just break up the monotony of the fabric. So we ran a double stitch. It almost looks pieced, but it's there. And then when I marked it with chalk, just with the ruler, you can do this anywhere on your pants. I wouldn't do too much. I would just do it as a slight element, little surprise. And then I placed the front part on the top and checked in where my this one was, and I matched it up. So it's going to run around the leg, but into different parts on the inside. So you can see. So I think that'll be really fun. And the next piece, these look really big, but once they're on, they're not. We're going to stitch the side seams and the inner crotch seam. We're going to top stitch the side seams, and then we're going to hem the pants. So let's do that. So our baggy jeans are fantastic, and you see the line there. That's that decorative piece, and it goes onto the other side where we measured, and then to the other side. These two pieces didn't match up because I didn't expect them to. They were sort of random except for the sides so that they would meet. So it's a really fun, loving pair of jeans. Another thing you could do is actually put the grommets, or whatever they're called, those little snaps that jeans have. That'd be very cute. And then we're going to do an elastic, but you could belt loops for fun if you're going to show your waist. On this one we didn't. It's just elastic, and you can see the softness of this fabric makes the pant just hang, whereas the stiffness of the jean will make it a bit wider.
but we're going to wash this, garment wash this, and it'll shrink slightly and it'll also soften. So these are fantastic pants. The next thing we're going to do is hem the pants, and I suggest just rolling it over sort of 1/2 inch and then doing a full inch, and we're going to stitch the hem down and then also top stitch along the edge to give it that jean look. And then we're also going to roll our waistline into an elastic channel so that we can feed our elastic through. And we're going to stitch there, and we're going to stitch 1/8 of an inch on the top. And when you stitch 1/8 of an inch on the top of any pant, it just creates it's a finished look rather than just having your elastic and this rolling. So and it makes it lay flat.
So our pants are finished, and they are amazing. The only thing I would change here is actually add another line of stitching, but I think they look great. On the bottom, we're going to do 1/8 of an inch on the edge there too. So they look tremendous. They do look baggy and big, but this is the denim and it's stiff. So we're going to run it through the wash, and it's going to look amazing. And if you wear a shorter crop, you're going to see your faces or whatever fabric you put in there if you do. I think they're an amazing pair of pants, and they look good with my boots, and I'm very happy. And then we have our top in our boucle, which is fantastic. It looks, I'm just dying over this. In fact, I would love to make this into a dress even, in a soft, slinky jersey. So here we have our pants in denim and this luxurious mustard color. I mean, what a great look this is. You can roll up the pant leg and wear a boot, and you've got a great look. And here we have our t-shirt that we can put underneath our beautiful piece. You can see the look. It's elegant and it's refined and it's just perfect. And you can wear this top with a multitude of pants and skirts, and even our Jack and Jill pant. And then this, obviously, with its t-shirt underneath, is really cool. If you wanted to add a little bit of length, you could wear it with the denim as well. What a great capsule. And you can tuck it in and just have the sleeve. Very cool. So I hope you've enjoyed making the Michaela, and I think it's divine. We'll see you next time.